Blessings and welcome to the Path to Freedom. My name is Daniel Roquillo, and as always, I'm very grateful that you're choosing to tune in, that you are choosing to participate, to be a conscious participant in the unfoldment and the expansion of who and what you are. That you're a conscious participant in allowing for ever greater and grander expressions of who and what you are to emerge. That you're a conscious participant in, perhaps unbeknownst to some of us, but that we're all a conscious participant in being beneficial presences here on this planet, helping to raise the vibration, helping to expand the consciousness, the collective consciousness of humanity. That's raising the vibration, that's calling forth a new world, a world that works for everyone, a world where everybody's needs are met, a world where everybody gets to be safe, where everybody gets to have their stomachs full, where everybody gets to have all of their needs met, where everybody gets to be experiencing joy and harmony and wholeness. So that is the world that we are midwifing right now, and it is happening now. It is happening now. But in this, and I was having a conversation with an individual a few days ago, and this individual asked if I thought that they asked what I thought that their mission was. Actually, that is not what they asked. But they asked whether or not I thought they were meant to do something specific. And they articulated what that specific thing was. And I was able to share that while I don't know what their particular mission is, but that is for all of us to discover, to become aware of. What I do know is that every single one of us are being called, are being charged with a mission, with an assignment. Now, while all are being called, few of us hear that call, and even fewer of us answer that call. But that doesn't mean that there's only a select few that are being called, but everyone is called. Everyone is called to something. We all have a mission. We all have an assignment here on this planet. We're all here to help allow for the evolution of human consciousness. We're all here to allow for more love and peace and joy and harmony and abundance and wholeness and beauty to be expressed here on this planet. So, and this is actually the topic for today. This is what we're talking about today, that we all have a mission. No one is left out. God does not pick favorites. God does not select only a few individuals to do the work, but all are being called. We all have a responsibility. We're all being charged with something. Now, that something, as we're all unique and perfect expressions, emanations of the one mind, that's something that I'm being called to do is not necessarily the same thing as someone else is being called to do. So we all have our unique mission. We all have our unique assignment. Even though some of us are having the same kind of mission, the same kind of assignment, the way I do it is not going to be the same as anyone else is doing it. And the way someone else is doing it is not going to be the same as I do it. And it is not a right or wrong kind of thing. It is not a, oh, I'm better than you kind of thing. It's not a, oh, I'm holier than thou kind of thing. It's just different because we are unique. And our assignments and our missions is based on that uniqueness. So we're not going to find our assignment necessarily in the world, but we want to tap into what we are inspired by, what we are compelled by, what we feel our hearts desire and long for to express, to reveal. And that's how we get in touch with our assignment. And so we go with that. Now, our assignment may not necessarily be our right livelihood. It may not necessarily be the big breadwinner. It may not necessarily even pay money at all. Or it may. It may. But the financial aspect of it, that is not what matters. What matters is that we step into, that we say yes to the assignment that we've all been called to. And that obviously, that assignment, that heart's desire, that dream, that vision, that goal, that intention, it needs to be in alignment with midwifing a new world. It needs to be in alignment with being a beneficial presence on some level. So the assignment that we're here to carry out, that we're being charged with, it is never about me getting more. It is not ever about me or us making more money, or having a fancier car, or buying a bigger house. That might be in alignment with, or that might be a byproduct, I was going to say. That might be a byproduct of us fulfilling our mission. But if that's the end result that we're aiming for, that we're going for, then we've missed the mark. We've missed the mark. And in that sense, we have sinned. Now, I know that sin has a sort of a bad reputation, but sin actually means just that. It means missing the mark. Sin has nothing to do with a personal flaw. It has nothing to do with being broken or being flawed or anything like that. It simply means that we're missing the mark. Just like an archer, involved in target practicing, and they have that tablet or whatever, the target, and they aim for it, and they let go of the arrow, and the arrow misses the mark. That's it. That's what a sin is in its original meaning. So we get to constantly, I don't know if you've heard it, but I recorded a talk called Why. And why, when used wisely, is a beautiful question. It's a very powerful question that we can lean into when we are on the lookout for our mission. And even along the way, as we may have caught our mission, even along the way, we're wise to ask the question, why? Why do I want this? Like in my case, my mission is to be a humble servant and instrument of spirit. And there are more aspects to it, but as I've recently caught an expanded version of my mission, it's still tender, and I want to honor that tenderness. I'm not going to go into details as to what that means. But as I am moving forward, and as we are moving forward, we're always wise to ask, why do I want this? Why do I want to do this? Do I want to do this because I want to get something from the world? Do I want to do this because I want to be recognized, because I want to get famous, because I want to earn more money? Or do I want to do this because I'm afraid that if I don't do it, I'm going to miss out, or I will not have enough? Or am I doing this simply because there's something within me telling me that I have to do it? I don't know why I have to do it. It's not based on fear. It's not based on lack and separation. But there's something within me that just tells me I have to do this. This is my life's calling. This is why I'm here. I don't know what it's going to look like. I don't know what it's going to lead to. I just know that I have to do it. I need to do it. Or maybe I want to do this because I know that it is of assistance. It is in service of a greater purpose. It is in service of healing the planet, of healing the human consciousness. So there are obviously different answers to that question. But we're very wise to ask that question. Why am I doing this? And why do I want to keep doing this? Why am I investing time and energy into this? Is it to get something from the world, or is it to give something to the? And that's a very important aspect of it all. Am I doing what I'm doing to get something from the world, or am I doing this to give something to the world? That's another question that we're very wise to ask. Am I here to get, or am I here to give or share? And obviously they come from different aspects of, or different levels of consciousness. The ones of us who are here to give and to share, we are operating from the consciousness that we have, from an abundant consciousness, from a more than enough consciousness. Those of us who are here seeking to get, for the world to give me what I think I need, those of us are operating from a lack and scarcity consciousness. I don't have enough, so I need the world to give it to me. I don't have it, so it means that I need to get it from somewhere else. Thus, I need to get. The other aspect, I do have it, and I have more than enough of it, so I get to share it. I get to give it. I get to radiate it. I get to exude it because I have so much of it. And I'm not, obviously not only speaking about money, I'm speaking about everything. 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 So, and if we want to live a life filled with joy, not only filled with joy, but a life of ever expanding joy and harmony and wholeness and beauty and abundance and opulence and love, we need to tap into the mission. We need to catch our assignment. If we are working towards trying to get something from the world, there's always going to be that dimension of us that are afraid of not having enough, of not getting enough, of losing what we have. But if we're working towards providing something, serving, giving, sharing, the immense joy that emerges out of that is beyond anything that the world can give us. So, along this path of freedom and awakening, this is a vital component to the freedom that we're talking about. The freedom to be in joy, even though I may not necessarily have what my surface mind believes and thinks that it needs to be happy. But I get to move into a space, I get to move into a consciousness where I get to be in joy regardless of whether or not I have it. I'm not denying that I may wish that I had it, not denying that there is some part of me that would wish for more of whatever the case may be. But my joy is not dependent upon that. But we're all here to contribute. We're all here to take responsibility. Hey, humanity, the collective consciousness of humanity has got us this far. And this far is at the brink of destruction. So I believe it was Einstein who said that the same consciousness that gave rise to the problem cannot solve the problem. Now, I wouldn't call it a problem, I would call it a challenge. But that the principle still goes, that the same consciousness that gave rise to the challenge cannot solve that challenge, cannot find the solution, but the solution only and ever is in the expanded consciousness. When we release and let go of the small and limited thought patterns, habitual ways of being and doing that gave rise to the challenge, that called it forth. If we want to move through it, We need to expand our consciousness. We need to raise our vibration. There was probably a point to that, but I don't remember which one it was. And it doesn't matter. So the invitation is, what is our mission? Have we caught our mission or our assignment? Have we caught our reason for being here, the higher purpose for us being here on this planet? Are we contributing to the midwifing, the birthing of a new world, of a new higher state of consciousness? Or are we contributing to keeping the small and the limited in place? Are we here to give? Are we here to get? These are some very powerful questions that we are wise to ask ourselves. So thank you. Thank you for joining into this conversation, and thank you for what I'm trusting, choosing to be a beneficial presence. Thank you for choosing to move toward your mission, to have your life be about realizing that mission, that assignment, that purpose. Until we meet again, I bless every single one of our days, and I bless every single one of our ways. Much love, many blessings. Namaste.